Hey everybody, here we are in Quarantine Cuisine. We made it to the end of the week, TGIF. It is officially Friday. We are so excited to go into the weekend. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Quarantine Cuisine, as you know, we left our sign. So I'm gonna follow Fallon and Kimmel, do a quick sign. There you go, Quarantine Cuisine, bye-bye. And I'm doing my paella tonight. It is Friday night paella. Get a little load of this right here, honey. Can you see it from there?
I can't.
Don't worry. I'm gonna come back over here. And hey, listen, I want to get serious for just 1 second. I want to say we are heartbroken, devastated, heart sick, and our hearts go out to Melissa Etheridge, Linda Wallum, and the whole family on the passing of our dear friend Beckett, who passed away this week. And I mean, we're all wrapping our arms around you. We've given you the biggest prayers. Please pray for Melissa Etheridge and Linda Wallum and the whole family. And Bailey, Beckett's sister, Julie Cipher, his other mom, and the whole family. Please pray for them right now, because I can't. It's unimaginable what they're going through. Unimaginable to lose a child. So, and I knew Beckett. He was such a dear, soft, gentle soul. And hey, I know he's shining down on us right now, but our hearts go out to you, Melissa, Linda, the whole family. We love you. Sending you a lot of love. And, hey, we're going to go into this night tonight. We're finishing up the week. We have such a really great guest on. I mean, this woman, to me, is really the epitome and inspiration of a female chef. Dayanny De La Cruz, Chef Dayanny De La Cruz, who's she is the executive chef of Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, where our parents live. That is to be over all of food service in a stadium that size, that not only, hosts the Miami Dolphins, but every concert you can imagine. It is gigantic. It hosted the Super Bowl 54 that just happened. She was over all the food service, which, by the way, is historic. No other female executive chef has been over any Super Bowl or hosted a Super Bowl like that. So we have her on tonight, and we've been so excited all week.
And it's crazy to have to point that out, though, right? Because it's crazy. Still in a day and a time where you have to point it out. Like, you would have thought all the glass ceilings that you broke, we wouldn't have to talk about gender issues anymore. But
we wouldn't have to talk about that she's a female or male chef. We wouldn't have to. It wouldn't matter. Hopefully one day we'll get to a point where we just say chef, and everybody will be like, it doesn't matter.
But it's beautiful to point it out, because it is special that people
have to point it out still.
That she broke these glass ceilings to get there, and now hopefully other women can follow in their footsteps, because people will believe in that women can do a man's job. In quotes. It's not a man.
Absolutely. And I obviously we take it out of quotes. I mean, I did Iron Chef against every single male competitor you can think of, from a White House chef to every top chef in the country. Sometimes we had chefs come over from Europe that competed against us. So it can be done. And I will say that she has a master's degree in culinary arts, a bachelor's degree in culinary arts and hospitality. I mean, she is on fire. She's fierce. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of people in a
millions of people with the Super Bowl. I think it was crazy numbers.
Anytime I've gone to a stadium event or been behind the scenes, it blew my mind to know that is a beast. It is. If you think running a restaurant, which is also already a huge machine, it's like to run a stadium is it is unbelievable. It takes a stamina, it takes experience, it takes seasonality, it takes all of it. It takes a fierceness and
she puts skin. What I've known about her, which is so amazing, is that she puts a little bit of, or all of, her heart into everything she does. So any piece of food from any place in that stadium or in that, you get a piece of love.
She really is. I mean, she's really
an
amazing, powerful woman on tonight. And so we're excited. And so I decided to do tonight, come around, honey, let me show you my paella.
Okay, I'm coming in.
Let me show you what I got going on here. Because I don't know, I was craving paella, and it just, I know that I just wanted some. Oh, hey!
Hi,
Hello.
you? Oh my God, how you doing?
How are ya?
Hey Chef, how are you?
I'm great, Chef. Oh my gosh.
Good to have you on.
Amazing.
Giving you a huge hug. Big food
Virtual
hug.
hugs to you too. Hopefully soon. Soon. We'll be able
Very
to get
soon,
together.
for sure. Well, I'm making a paella tonight. I kind of got it started. You know, it takes a little while. So, yeah, and we were talking about how incredible your, not only what you've done, your journey and your resume. And I was looking at all the things you've done, and you have a master's degree, and you've got a bachelor's degree, and you are, and not only, but more importantly, you have made history by being the first female executive chef. We were just talking about how hopefully one day we won't have to say male or female, but it's still a beautiful thing to highlight the fact that you are the first female executive chef to oversee all of food service for a Super Bowl. And you have such a huge undertaking running Hard Rock Stadium. What's that like day to day?
This stadium is, I always tell people, I feel like the stadium for me is my home. So I run it like what it is. It's my house.
Yes.
So, the difference is some people run one kitchen. I run 7. Some people run.
That puts it in perspective.
A multi-unit. The only difference is the stadium, by the time that I walk all my kitchens, I think I do about 6 miles.
Oh my God.
I go through all of that.
I love that.
With the Hard Rock Stadium, I feel like, I've always tell people, I tell people about when I actually walked in for my first interview and they gave me the tour, I fell in love with the building. And, and I think my job in terms of running that building was to make sure that I made everybody around me, my family, our family. So that's how I run it. I have 7 kids. It's like having 7 kids, 7 different personalities. You get, you have a cold side kitchen. We have suites. So we run, just to give you an idea, we run the main kitchen. We run everything that have to do with all-inclusive clubs and catering. And then on the top, the second floor, we have 4 kitchens there solely for suites or boxes.
Wow. It's amazing.
So,
honey, you would love that. My wife Nicole would love that.
You'd know where to find me.
Yeah, she'd be down.
Oh
in the
my gosh,
kitchen.
really? So it's that's kind of and of course you go into the behind the scene, the purchasing, the organization, the logistics, but I don't have to tell you that. You know what it is to run a restaurant, how much work, what it is to hire, the hiring. I think it takes the same energy. It's just you kind of make it a huge amount of energy. For games, I live there. My game days are about 16 hours.
I know those days.
Yeah, and I think it's a work of love. You have to love it in order for you to actually enjoy it. And I really enjoy what I do.
And I love that you call them your kids. You have 7 kids because that's how you can love it, because you treat it like family.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, that's how it is.
And so, when
real quick, Mimi, is that your daughter?
Yes, that's
she's on, and she says hi, and she's so proud of you. She said, "That's my mom."
Oh my God, that's awesome. How many? You have 3 kids, right?
I have 3. I have a
Oh
22 college. So he's a senior in engineering school. And,
oh my gosh, amazing.
My daughter is a sophomore, and I have 1 freshman. So I'm busy. Well, you're busy too.
It's all busy, girl. It's all, it's busy. It's busy.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. So, I've been in a couple of, big stadium suites behind the scene. Obviously people want to know, what is it like catering to some of the celebrities that come in and some of the stars that come in?
I have to say that for me, it's almost like, for me, again, it's a normal thing. I mean, there is, how it is. There is a very tied, I'm going to say, you want to treat them like they're not celebrities. And that's how we treat them at the Hard Rock Stadium. It's awesome. It's actually great to sort of kind of know them and know what they like, what they don't like. What do you have to go and find? You know how it is. You have to go sometimes to go hunt.
That's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
But do they send you a list ahead of time, or do they give you a little carte blanche to kind of see what they like over the time?
Yeah, so we get a writer, so of course, and sometimes it's 3 pages, sometimes it's 20 pages. So it's all depends who you got. So yes, so we get something ahead of time. We usually, especially my catering, my sales department is the one who usually handle that, and then they pass it along. Most of the time I go shopping, there are certain specifications in there, or other times, depends on who you are. For example, I'm going to tell you the best example, halftime. J-Love loves donuts. So I went back to I went back to Mojo Donuts, and he made something absolutely amazing just for that occasion. So one of the things that I like to do is, again, to go back to the local community and kind of give love to our vendors and the people that is actually making things beautiful in Miami. So that is something that I do a lot. So Miami is outstanding.
And
our parents live there.
Our parents live there. We're dying. We wish that right now we're quarantined, but we wish that we could be there with them right now in sunny Miami. And we're here in sunny LA. We're not. Hey, it's not bad. Believe me.
I was going to say it's not that bad.
It's not. It's amazing. So, but we love Miami. We love coming to Miami. There's so many. What I love about Miami is there are so many incredible vendors and artisans and cuisines that just make up the quilt of Miami that is so delicious and beautiful and yummy and all these things. So it's got to be so fun being in that, and you being Dominican, and really having this great kind of food. That style of food and being able to
those flavors are
ridiculous.
Outstanding. One of the things that it's really funny because remember my career started in the Midwest, which is so crazy. I was in Michigan, and then I moved to Chicago, and then I kind of Harley Davidson Museum, Milwaukee, ended up in Minneapolis with doing hockey. So that was another thing. I think I was probably the first. None of us thought about it, but I probably was the first Dominican Latina doing hockey at the Excel Center.
I love it.
Which was awesome. And then I ended up in Omaha, which I love Omaha, by the way. That we really we had such an amazing time. We were there for 2 years, so we were a little nomad. We were a little gypsy, all of our family. But when I came to Miami, I feel like I got like that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's very very familiar, and it just you feel home in a lot of ways. And what a great city. Now let me ask you about the season, and obviously because of coronavirus, is the stadium, what are you guys doing in preparation? Is there, obviously, is it, I don't know, I don't want to assume, is everything closed down?
Well, right now, the stadium, we are in there because we work in a program where we are building 5,000 meals a day for elderly people. So
that's so amazing.
And it's so kind of funny because when we started talking, we actually push 200,000 meals. So my goal before all this finishes to do half a meal. And that will be probably an amazing, for me, that will be so amazing. But, we are following the government. We are the governor and the NFL, just to making sure that everybody that comes back feels safe more, in terms of that. But one of the things that happened probably about 2 weeks ago is we have an accreditation for a biorisk, which means we are the first stadium. And I feel that is kind of the first step for us to sort of starting, it's a positive thing. I think we are, again, the first stadium, they get the accreditation for as a biorisk. We mentioned that, we are taking care of the sanitation. We are taking care of the whole building. It's not just about the kitchens. It's the building.
That's amazing.
Parking,
that's incredible.
So I feel, again, I feel it's a great steps to the right direction.
Right.
Again, we are following guidelines for the NFL. We're following guidelines for the governor. And, we are looking at all these scenarios when it comes to without people, with 10%, with the 15%. We're ready for whatever is coming to us, and we are ready to play football for
That's
sure.
amazing. Well, look, we're rooting for that to happen. We're excited for when things can resume safely and in a healthy way. Obviously, for all of us, it's great that you guys are giving back. I think that right now, the biggest thing is that we can just lift each other up and amplify each other. That's all, that's all we can do. That's what, I feel like we're trying to do. as well. So I think that it feels good right now. It feels right. It feels like we're all in a calmer place. We're in a place where we're not so, you know, we're not on in this rat race so much. We're just calm, and we're looking around now, and we're seeing where the help needs to be, and everybody's taking action, and it's a really beautiful thing to see that.
Well, I feel also that there's a connection that is, you know, something that is growing, that is so organic right now in terms of who are you helping, you know, what are you doing, how are you leaving, you know, footprints of in these times, and I think that's extremely important for everybody. I don't care what you do, as small that it is, you know, donate something, you know, send a meal to somebody, make that phone call, send that text. I mean, some of us are able to do a little bit more because, you know, God bless, you know, we have the way to do it. But, you know, here we are, we having a connection. You know, I know you were here for Food and Wine. I was in the midst of Super Bowl. You know, we sort of kind of connect a little bit, but we never thought that we will probably find the time to say, you know what, I'm going to make paella in California, and I'm going to sit home and have a drink in Miami. So they're doing it.
I'm going to be doing that after my show. No, but it's so true. And I think that is really one of the silver linings, that people have actually connected more than ever. And we've had more time with our family, more than we ever have in our lifetime. I think more than my parents ever had in their lifetime. And honestly, I hope, you know, that we do find a treatment and vaccine, but I hope that right now, when, you know, while we're here, that we're taking advantage of that and being as present as possible, because the world may never stop again in our lifetime.
Yes, I agree.
I hope not for this reason.
No, but I feel like we all go so fast, you know.
So fast
all the time, especially in our business. You know, our business is part of what it is.
Right. And it is what it is. It's a beast.
We always in this beast move. You know, we come home and we say, you know, I'm going to take Sunday off. You end up somehow working, doing something, you know,
so true,
in the yard, going out with the kids, doing groceries. So realistically, we don't stop. And, you know, and I think that's something that yes, we need to take the time to sort of kind of enjoy our family, you know, which is one of the most important thing. And again, in sort of kind of leaving that little footprint, a positive one, you know, whatever it is that we do right now, and just kind of support so many people out there, the people that have not been able to stay home, you know, that you have to go and take care of, you know, whatever is mental health people, you know, whatever, I don't know, people that is helping or taking care of elderlies. So I feel like it's important that we're doing this, but at the same time, it's important that we continue checking on those. They're never stop working, you know, nurses, doctors.
So true. Yeah. All the people on the front lines, anybody who has to be working right now, that they don't have the ability, or they're needed on the front lines, like the health workers or the postal workers or the garbage collectors or the people in the pharmacies or whatever it is that are needed on the front lines, because those are essential things. And I think that, you know, we try to pay it forward to all those people. Our burger joint, we're donating food to the front line as well, and health work, all the people that are on the front line or have to work day to day. We're trying to do our small part as well to make it a little better, you know, make it a little bit better. So,
you know what we love about you? We are always looking, like in the mornings, we're always, and in the night, we're really always looking at and connecting with like our fans, people we respect, people who inspire us, and you're one of those people. And you always have a smile on your face. You have such, I mean, we want to jump through the phone and hug you every time we see something. We want to cook with you. We want to, you know, sit on the couch with you and watch TV. You're just so loving, and your smile goes right through the phone.
We'll be able to do that when we resume, because we'll be in Miami seeing our parents, so we definitely got to connect for sure.
It's funny, you guys, you know, it's gonna happen. We're all gonna be back, and we are gonna do a big dinner. You know, we're gonna do that. But you know, for me, I have to tell you, I feel that I am so blessed. I think a lot of us are blessed because I do what I love for a living. I mean, I wake up every morning, and how amazing it is to go and, you know, make the difference in people's life, because, you know, we do. You know, at some point in time, we are able to have that power in our hands. And then at the same time, you know, I cook for a living. I mean, think about that is just it's kind of a, you know, gravy, and I'm, you know,
So
I'm
true.
healthy.
It's amazing that we get to do what we love for a living. Like, we get to do this every day. You know,
Yeah, and,
I
you know,
mean,
I feel that if you wake up in the morning with that sense of gratefulness, and you know, and that, then the rest is gravy. Whatever comes is gravy. You know, my kids are healthy. You know, I'm able, like I said, to do
praise,
what I do for a
yes.
living, and I am healthy. So I'm a cancer survivor. So I
Oh,
think that
that's
also
right.
has
I
to
didn't
do
know that.
with how I look at life. You know, I have no control. It's been given to a higher power. And I'm just
Yeah.
able to make a difference. If I'm able to make a difference in somebody's life, then I'm the rest, like I'm giving already, you know, I'm paying.
Well, you're making a difference in this moment. You're uplifting us. I want to ask you, Chef, you know, a final question. What is this teaching us, in your opinion?
I think, again, you know, somebody asked me the other day, what do you think control is? And I said, I don't think control exists. I think it's an illusion. And I think there's a bigger thing out there that is letting us know that at this point in time, we have absolutely no control. And we need to start looking at the outside world in a different way. We need to start taking care of the earth. I think we have, you know, we need to sort of, kind of like you said, is slow down a little bit in terms of anything that we do. And again, there's absolutely no control out there. We need to continue giving and continue making the difference in people's life. Because days like today, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter anything at all. We all exactly in the same place. We're standing at home. We keep taking care of our, you know, loved ones. And we are all the same at the end of the road. So
True.
Moving forward, I think that there needs to be more empathy. I think this is teaches us that too. We were losing a little bit of that. I think we were not really caring about the neighbor or anybody else. There's a lot of things going on. And I think right now, one of the things, like you said, the silver lining that I see out of all of this is there has been so much union. So many people have come together for so many good things. I mean, the ones that we know, there's so many grassroots movement, especially in Miami too, people feeding people trying, you know, making connections, finding money, restaurant businesses. So I feel that all of that, it really doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Who you are, what you have. It's about, we all need to survive together. And I think that's the most important.
Yeah, and I think that the thing is that, you know, there's been a tone deafness in the world a little bit. I think this has been, like you said, we have all been, everybody, we're at a level playing field now. Everybody's on a level playing field. We're all in this together. It really doesn't matter what you have at this point because, you know, many of us, you know, our restaurants are closed, our productions are closed. If you're an actor, your movies are closed, your sets are closed, studios are closed. So it has been in a way from, you know, I think, you know, somewhat of a, you know, we've all kind of a woke experience in a sense where you kind of looked up and looked around and went, wait, you know, wow, all these people are around me, all this is happening around me. I've been so focused on what I'm doing. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. And I hope that it continues when we go forward, even when we begin, everybody gets back to, you know, entertainment. Everybody gets back to sports. Everybody gets back to making money and doing this. And I hope that that continues, that empathy you talk about. So I really pray for that because I think we lost that. I really think we lost that.
I agree. But you know what? I feel that every connection we've made in this time, every person we touch, every new connection we made, I think our job is to continue that. It's to
continue it
forward. Exactly. Yes. It's a continuation of what we're doing right now because, again, this teaches we have no control over. We are all in a playing field, like you said. So, again, we all need to continue doing good, creating that sense of empathy. And eventually, you know, just like you or any of us, you know, help the one that is coming behind you.
Yes,
you know,
so true.
Listen,
Julia Child, when I was mentored by Julia Child, the one thing she said to me that stuck with me to this day is she said, Kat, whatever you do is pay it forward. whatever you do, when you make it
100%.
and you become successful, pay it forward, whatever you do. And I feel like we try to do that. And I think it's such an important lesson for everybody.
You have a great internship program that you
We have
do.
an internship program. We try to empower women all the time. We try to empower people. And I think it's so important. We, have a charity, we have our charity as well. So I think it's everything you're saying is so beautifully, so beautifully said and so eloquent. And, you're just such an inspiration. And, I always am so in awe of women who handle such huge, massive things that, are really
Part of an all boys club.
part of an all. Yeah, exactly. You said it so perfectly. Have always been part of an all boys club. And so we adore you in so many ways on a personal level, and what you've accomplished in your life as well as what you're doing professionally is just, you are fierce. You are fierce. So thank you for being so on the show.
So many people are saying the nicest things about you, Chef.
Oh,
and
thank you so much.
I mean,
Thank you.
everybody from your friends to families and people you don't know are just sending so much love. It's awesome. Somebody, the real Michelle, said that, hey, chefs, I'm a fellow chef that works in a hospital.
Wow.
That's
Amazing.
cool.
Thank you so much for all
Thank
you're doing, Michelle. I'm sure you're still working.
There was somebody on here said 416 Sandra. She said that she was in another industry and she just loved cooking, and like you guys inspire her. And
wow, that's amazing.
now she's cooking, which is awesome.
Thank you so much.
We love that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome what all these comments. I can't even go through all of them. But
That's a good thing.
I want to tell you, one thing that I thank you for inspiring me. I can tell you that when I went to culinary school, I was still in my first years in this country. And I remember, we were joking, and one of the things, because a friend of mine in Orlando, she's a fellow chef, she was saying, how she worked with you. And I told her that in my years in culinary school, when you're learning all these things and you're getting exposed, and the Charlie Trotters and everything that was happening in those years, and one of the things that really, stick out to me is this blonde woman, this little woman, with an MTV kicking ass. And for me, I've always wanted to do the good things, but at the same time, this business is not an easy business. So you have to sort of kind of get in the middle and be in the boys club. But the most important thing is to make a difference when you are inside the boys club.
When you get in there, you gotta make so true. You elbow your way in.
Yes.
Then you have to stay in your ground and do your thing.
and pay it
And
forward.
pay
Thank
it
you for
forward.
inspiring me.
Oh,
And
you're amazing.
Kind of full circle. So I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being on the show. I'm giving you a huge food hug. You're
Thank you.
so loved, and we will definitely meet on the other side for sure. We'll get together.
We will. Thank
All
you
right,
for the
Chef.
invitation.
Have a good night.
Nicole,
Thank you.
Mwah.
Thank you so much.
Love you, Chef.
All right. Take
Mwah.
care.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Wow, she's fierce. I mean, she's really, really, I have so much admiration for her. And, guys, what I've been doing here during this, it's been simmering away. I started this paella, which is looking really good. I added some really fat shrimp in there, as you can see, some nice plump shrimp. I've got chicken in here, chorizo. You can find my recipe at catcore.com. It's already posted.
I didn't even know what chorizo was before you made this.
I know, honey. You were like, wait, what is it? You called me from the grocery store, I think. So chorizo is a nice spice. It's got a little, spice in it. It's a great sausage. And so I added the sausage in. I sauteed the sausage first. Then I added in my chicken pieces. I just cut up some leftover chicken, put it in there. And then I added in some jalapeno and some red pepper and some scallion, cilantro. And then at the very end, I added in rice. Obviously, I have white rice in here. And then I added in a little water and tomato sauce. You can either do tomato sauce, crushed tomato, add that in. And then at the very end, because shrimp don't take long to cook, even these big ones, I just added in my shrimp. And look at that. They're just nice and fat and plump. And then you can take the tails off right before you eat them. And, you can take them off before you put them in. I kind of like the tail on just because it just gives them such a beautiful look. And then, everything has just been simmering. It's ready, really. I mean, the shrimp are cooked. Once the shrimp are cooked, it's done. And this is on my website now, catcore.com. Go there, and you know, there you just bring it over. I'm going to actually plate a little bit, and then I'll show
Yeah,
you what
Clark
I did.
Kent said, can you please post the ingredients and the steps on your
It's
page?
all on there. We're gonna have it posted for sure.
You're awesome, Clark. We
Oh,
love
you
your.
all. Thank you all so much.
Shelby says, I love your wedding ring.
Hey,
She's on
hi,
tonight.
Shelby. I love it.
Ronnie in the kitchen says, yum.
Look at those beautiful
Jen
fat shrimp.
Crowbot says, yum.
Hey,
Mom and
Jen.
Dad are on.
Mom and Dad, love you.
Kim is on, Pink Lady. Deborah Gilburn. She
Hi.
said, what's your favorite rice?
Oh, well, I love every rice. I mean, but I'm using tonight, I just use a short grain white rice for my paella. I kind of go classic with the paella. You can use a brown rice, not a problem. You can use.
I was going to say, you always have brown rice.
I like
usually.
to use the white rice because it's just a classic.
Sometimes you use what is it, the
Sometimes
forbidden rice?
You can use a Spanish rice. Some people, paella is one of those things that's everybody has a very different. I have a spinach version of this. I mean, I have several different paella recipes. Paella is what you make it. A lot of times it's with mussels as well, and more and clams and all kinds of things. Tonight I didn't have any of that, so I just did the shrimp. I did the chorizo. I did some chicken that was left over. I have this. I mean, it smells so incredible. I put a few Kalamata olives on it, a little sprig of basil. I even this is just my thing. You guys know that. I love citrus. I just do a little squeeze of lime on it too, just to give a little, enhancement to it. Just really brightens all the flavors. And there you have it.
What kind of wine?
That's it.
What kind of wine do you like with this?
Because I have chicken, even though there's chorizo in there, I'll tell you, there's 2 kinds of wines you can have, 3 kinds of wines. You can have a white wine with it very easily because it's got shrimp and chicken. But because of the chorizo, you can also have a Pinot Noir. So if you like a red wine, a Pinot Noir is really nice and light. You don't want something too heavy. Cabernet would just overcome all the flavors. It's too big, too heavy. A Zinfandel. I would go with a Pinot Noir, a Rosé, or a white wine. So either one of those, you got 3 choices. Even a good beer with this, or something like that could be great too. If you don't really love wine, you love beer.
They love your presentation.
Thank you, everybody. So this is my paella, and the kids can't wait. They've been in here getting chunks of chicken out of this.
They have been stealing everything.
I turned my back, and there's shrimp missing, and yeah. So the kids have been sneaking in here around me to get into the paella. So they're dying for this tonight, and we're gonna sit down. We're gonna have a great weekend. I'm wishing
Carrie
all
Garfield says hi, and thank you so much for all you've been doing during this time.
So much. You guys have all been amazing. We've been doing this how long? Almost
2 and a half
months. We're going on 3 months of quarantine. We're going on 3 months of lockdown, and that brings me to I'm gonna make a little tiny announcement. Nobody has to panic, but next week we decided we're gonna take a little hiatus. We're gonna take a little vacation.
Just from the lives.
Just from life and work.
Just from the live Instagram.
But we're gonna
post content.
We'll be on. We're gonna post content every day, 5 p.m. Nothing's gonna change. Quarantine Cuisine, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We're gonna take a break from the live. Just take a little vacation, a little respite, a little rejuvenation, and we'll be back. We're going to get creative.
I'm not sure if you'll be able to stay off, but
I don't know if we'll be able to stay off either, but we're going to have plenty of things for you guys to be entertained with, and plenty of recipes on. We're going to add recipes to catcore.com. It's only for a week. It's only for 5 days of live. Then we're going to take a little rejuvenation and a little stay-at-home vacation together. Nicole and I are going to have some rest together and relaxation, and as usual, lots of sex. And anyway, but lots of great meals. But it's only 5 days, everybody. We promise you, we're gonna have some great content for you at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Still tune in, and then we'll be back. Not this Monday, but next.
Valerie
Monday.
Said, totally understand. Self-care is important.
Self-care.
And Pink Lady Kim says, good for you guys. Y'all need it.
Yeah. So we have a lot of great content for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow and Sunday we have coming up. Also remember, tonight I'm going to be on a panel. Do we have any information? We have that on the website.
Yeah, for sure.
We have it on the website.
It's the Great American Takeout.
PepsiCo is hosting it. It's dinner and a movie, a fine line.
I know they started the movie at 5, but it's still going on.
It's still going on
but then
right
you
now.
have your panel with
6 o'clock. I'm going to be on a panel with Val James, Joanna James, her daughter, who is a director, producer, did everything for the film. It's an incredible film. You can also find it else, other places too if you don't miss it. If you miss it tonight, but we're going to be on a panel at 6 o'clock right after the show. I'm jumping on a panel. PepsiCo hosted it. Dinner and a movie. It's for the Great American Takeout. It's for a great cause, and also we're just going to have some really good information on not only the film but just the restaurant industry and just some entertainment. So you guys check that out at 6 p.m. And what else can I say? Hey, it's we're going to be back, and I'm sure we'll be popping in on live and saying hi to everybody because we're going to miss you way too much. But we love you all. You guys are always the best community ever. You're the best people. My big heart goes out to you. You guys have uplifted us at all these times.
And we love all the pictures you send. You DM us of the recipes that you make. We try to post all of them to stories when you send them.
When I do a recipe and you recreate it, it's so endearing. We love it. I mean, we just get the biggest kick out of it. So you guys keep doing that. Send us ideas about challenges because we're going to come up with some fun challenges coming up.
Did anybody? I wonder if anybody did your flip challenge.
I don't know.
Yeah, the cat car flip challenge.
Be ready for some really fun content when we come back from our little stay-at-home vacation or staycation. But think of some challenges. Think of some other good things that you want to see.
Deborah said she's making a sheet pan chicken dinner for you, posting tomorrow.
Oh, yes, Deborah. Awesome. I love it. I love it. All right, honey, anything else before we sign off for the weekend? Big love. I'm sending everybody a huge food hug. And mwah.
BK Smitty said we appreciate you, Chef.
Oh, thanks so much, man.
And the camera woman.
Be safe, be healthy, stay home, enjoy your family, be present, and hey, we're giving you lots of love. We're sending you a big food hug. Mwah.